I'm here to break down the Friday workout. We're keeping the theme of snatching on Fridays, and we're actually looking at a repeat workout of one that we saw a couple weeks back. It is important to remember that anytime you see the same movements or the same workouts or the same style of movements and workouts, that it is actually a sign of a well-structured program. So while variety and diversity of movement is important, I want you guys to understand that repeated exposure to the same or similar stressors is the only way your body's going to adapt and get stronger. So keep that in mind, remember that point, and understand that seeing the same workouts and same movements is a part of the process, and it is by design to help you get better. So now let's talk about these movements, let's talk about this workout, and the best strategies for you to succeed. So keeping the snatch theme and doing the same EMOM that we did a couple weeks back. So this EMOM includes a power snatch, an overhead squat, and a squat snatch. So as I always harp on, let's make sure that our setup is just top tier. The setup is by far the most important part of the lift. Feet are underneath the hips, hands are wide, butt is low, chest is up. I refer to it as being wedged into the floor. You are rooted into the ground, balanced through the midfoot. As Coach James always likes to say, we are slow too fast. So what that means is we are patient as we bring that bar off the floor. We are not ripping it. We are not yanking it off the floor. We are rising slowly and building speed as it gets into that high thigh, hip crease region. Once it gets in there, we are rapidly extending. I want you guys to be aggressive, explosive, moving with max intent. Your goal is to generate as much momentum and speed to get that bar overhead, so you have time to get under it, stiffen up, and catch that thing. One cue to make sure everything is working in rhythm or in synchrony is to punch through the bar and punch through the floor as you catch. From here, I stand it up and I make sure to lock out my hips. Once I'm here, I should be set in that overhead squat position, but let's make extra sure that our feet are bolted firmly into the ground. There's this concept called tripod foot. You think about digging your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel into the ground, so you are in essence gripping the floor. When I'm gripping the floor, I am more stable, I am more balanced. When I'm more stable and balanced, I am stronger. So again, grip the floor, make sure you're bolted, active shoulders pressing through the bar, eyes are forward, full depth, and full extension. If you are new to the movement, it's extra important that you own that bottom position. So maybe even hold it for one full Mississippi before you stand up out of it to really make sure that you have full ownership of that bottom position. The final movement in the snatch and overhead squat complex is the full squat snatch. On the squat snatch, it is the same concept as the power snatch, except we're catching it in this squat position. And then obviously we will be switching gears completely as we go into part B, where our main goal is to stay on the dumbbells or the kettlebell and complete those reps in an unbroken fashion for as long as we can. Of course, with the caveat being we have quality movement as always. So the three movements are the dumbbell push press, the kettlebell swing, and the dumbbell deadlift. The weight for the deadlifts and the push press will be the same. We've been doing a ton of barbell push press lately, and we hit some PRs and some 1-rep maxes on Monday. So I really look forward to seeing how that translates to the dumbbells. Same concept, same principles apply on the dumbbells as they would on the barbell. Elbows at 45 degrees, nice and tight before we get into our dip, and then explosive to drive that weight overhead. In order to lock it out, we squeeze and make sure everything is locked and loaded so you are stable before you go into that next rep. For the kettlebell swings, we are getting our hinge on. We are loading to exploding. Same concept when the weight's overhead, give a nice squeeze to make sure everything is locked in. As far as breathing goes, we always like to say, sip some air when the weight's overhead, and then brace before it comes back down. For the dumbbell deadlifts, We are gonna feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Our feet are gonna be as wide as our hips, and we are going to make sure that one head of the dumbbell touches the ground, and we are going to make sure that we stand up tall with our butt clenched and our shoulders back at the top. Again, the goal for part B is to stay on those dumbbells and kettlebells and complete those reps in an unbroken fashion for as long as you can. So I think I just about covered everything. That's all I got. I'm Coach Ty. I am signing off. Peace out.